John Kinsel, locked up in prison for more than 16 years for the horrifying, despicable crime of raping, choking, and threatening to kill a child. Now, someone has come out of the past with an incredible story claiming John didn't do it.
That didn't happen at all.
A stunning revelation that could set him free, but is the awful truth being told too late? John Kinsel's childhood was marked by tragedy: a father's suicide, a brother killed in a car wreck, a mother taken by cancer. John and his siblings had to keep a crumbling family together through unbelievably hard times.
Mama passed away on February the 1st of '79. And we were still in school, trying to make it through school and everything, and trying to make sure that John was taken care of. We loved him and we spoiled him, and we all took care of him. And he's just very, very special to all of us.
As he grew up, John seemed to bring the dark clouds of his youth with him, stealing cars, spending months behind bars. But that started to change at the age of 22, when he met and fell in love with Adrienne Alberts.
My relationship with John, from the beginning, it started off very good. Classic, put me up on a pedestal.
They moved together to Gretna, Louisiana, a sleepy little suburb of New Orleans, where John got the chance to have a family of his own and play dad to Adrienne's 3 kids. That didn't sit too well with her middle child, a precocious little blonde named Alyssa.
Alyssa was always a very independent child. Once we moved in together, Alyssa didn't think anybody had the right to tell her what to do if it was not myself or my ex-husband.
John was strict and demanded respect, something Alyssa wasn't willing to give him.
She was extremely smart and very, I don't want to say mouthy, because she wasn't bad. It was just that she was used to getting her own way.
Soon those dark clouds over John's new family turned stormy.
Family life for all of us, from one minute to the next, it would be great, and then just the toss of a dime, it was turmoil. After time, it got very troubling. Disappearing acts, anger outburst. It was kind of a mess.
After years of chaos, Adrienne kicks John out all the way back to Texas. But John never stopped trying to reconcile.
He was calling. Every time I would change my number, he would manage to get it, and he would call, and he was asking, can I please come back?
That's something 10-year-old Alyssa wasn't about to let happen. There's a sleepover at her cousin Lacey's house. And when she comes home, Alyssa blindsides her mom with a twisted, terrifying story.
I was cooking, and she came in very cool and said, Mom, I want to tell you what John did. And I said, okay. And I can remember looking down at whatever I had in the frying pan, and she said, he molested me. And she was so calm. Did I believe her? No, because she was so kind of flip about just her whole approach to trying to tell me this. So I just really didn't know how to react to that.
And there was something else. Alyssa had a hard time with that truth. Everyone knew that.
Alyssa could be very manipulative. She liked to lie. She could tell stories. She could make up stories. She knew about sexual things that other children didn't know about at a young age.
Alyssa's family wouldn't take her seriously, but her elementary school did. A few months later, she tells her school counselors the horrifying details. She said John had been raping her for 3 years, choking her, threatening to kill her if she dared to tell anyone.
When the detective sat in my living room and told me what had occurred at the school and what was going to take place, I felt like somebody had punched me in the stomach. Because for whatever had gone on between John and I, did I believe that he was capable of doing this to Alyssa? No.
John is tracked down in West Monroe, Louisiana, and brought to trial. Alyssa's mom, her grandfather, her aunt, and her neighborhood friend all testified, shockingly against her and on John's behalf.
At the trial, when I was called as a witness, It was very hard for me to get up there, but I felt like I had to do what was right. And I didn't believe what Alyssa was saying. So I did what I felt like I had to do. When I was sitting on the stand, basically, I didn't call her a liar, but what I did was try to help the jury see there was no way that John could have done it at the time, and they didn't believe anything that I said.
John's lawyer said it's a case of she said, they said.
There's no DNA, there's no seminal fluid, there's no blood type matching, there's no statement of confession in this case. It gets down to the victim saying that it happened and the defendant saying that it did not happen.
But when Alyssa recounts her terrifying experience on the witness stand, it's all the jury needs to hear.
Jurors tend to believe children, no matter what they say, and in some cases, no matter the preposterousness of what they say.
John is convicted, and the mandatory punishment is grim.
The sentence for aggravated rape is a life sentence without benefit of probation, parole, or suspension of sentence. You're done.
For prosecutors, justice is served.